If you're anything like me, on holiday, your night goes something like this. After an exhausting and fulfilling day of exploring, you brush your teeth, get into your pajamas, crawl into bed, and snuggle up with your teddy bear. You turn off your lights, and then nothing. You toss and turn, wondering why 10 seconds ago you were going to collapse from exhaustion, and now you are just perfectly awake. So you try even harder to go to sleep, but the clock ticks louder minute by minute, and you are left with your only thoughts. If this is you, you need to hear your body's reasoning behind this. During the first night in unfamiliar surroundings, the left side of the brain stays awake, and the right ear, which is connected to the left side of the brain, it remains extremely alert to unusual sounds, perhaps even to potential predators. As you know, sleep is important, but your brain doesn't make it easy for itself. Researchers have coined this phenomenon the first night effect, and apparently we are super similar to other mammals because they experience this phenomenon too. Yuka Sasaki, Associate Professor at Brown University, said that the left side seems to be more awake than the right side. Another test was done by playing weird noises in the right and left ears, and they tested the frequency of being woken up by the noise in different ears. On the first night, when noise was played in the left ear 80% of the time, the test subject woke up, whereas when the noise was played in the right ear, the test subject only woke up 10% of the time. On the second night, the noise on the left ear woke up the test subject 45% of the time, whereas the noise played in the right ear woke up the test subject 55% of the time. So this is very significant. Sleep researchers have known about this phenomenon for decades now, but they often find that their research data that they collected is so terrible when their test subjects are first being monitored, so they often toss these results in the trash. Yuka Sasaki was so fascinated by this that he decided to continue with a study of 35 of his willing students. He was trying to measure something called slow wave activity, which occurs during deep sleep. The team used advanced neuroimaging techniques to take snapshots of the sleeping brain, and the team was then able to build a detailed map of the brain activity during the first night of sleep in a new location. They found that during the students' first night in the lab, slow wave activity was greater in certain areas of the right hemisphere than in the corresponding areas of the left hemisphere. After the first night had passed though, these differences became less distinct. They also did a similar experiment with ducks, placing them in a line and forcing them to sleep. The researchers noticed that the ducks on the edges of the lines were more awake and alert. They came to the conclusion that the ducks' brains on the edges were alert because they were looking for predators, and perhaps being with people we know and trust puts us at ease. So we are clearly more similar to our animal counterparts than we originally thought. So although we aren't in any imminent danger as compared to our caveman times, we no longer need to be so alert. But our brains haven't been able to adapt as fast as our modern lifestyle has changed. So you may be wondering, is there anything I can do to have a better night's sleep in a new environment? Unfortunately, the research is not clear. Yuka Sasaki said that people who often are in new places may not necessarily have poor sleep on a regular basis, so your results may vary, but what we can confirm is that it's an involuntary response, so you could just avoid the unhealthy amounts of caffeine to compensate. If you like this video, please subscribe, it really helps the channel a lot. Till we meet again, goodbye!